Okay, we got
Underground
self-expression
music
through
is one of
severe
the
mental
most
illness,
polarizing
underground
genres
rap,
of
and its
music. As
predators.
I find myself respecting more music from this
All these
genre,
dudes
I
do be
also
predators,
find
bruh.
myself going deeper
Well, I know
and
Summers,
deeper
but they
into the
said
rabbit
Summers talked to some underage chicks. That
hole
one,
that
that
a lot
one
of these
dude
artists dig
who looked like
themselves
Young
in.
Thug,
A lot of these
he
artists
got
struggle
caught.
with severe mental illness of the
Autumn, I
highest
think Autumn
degree,
is the one I was
and
talking
you
about,
may
not
think that's
Summers.
a bad thing.
Autumn,
However,
Autumn, not
without the
Summers. My
mental
bad, Summers.
illness, these musicians wouldn't have their
My bad, Summers.
careers.
My bad, bro.
And
My
that sounds
bad.
crazy, but stay with me here. The mental illness to musician pipeline
But
is
them niggas might
far
be friends though, cause they names is Autumn and Summers, so they might be boys. So if you boys with a weirdo, then you a weirdo too. So I'm not sorry, Summers, if that's your boy.
more legitimate
Yeah,
than
both
people
some
think.
weirdos.
So let's talk about it.
No, I don't take meds. No, I don't fucking cry. No, none of that shit. Shut the fuck up talking to me like that. Stop talking to a nigga like that. Y'all don't fucking know me. Y'all always trying to talk to a nigga like he ain't shit, like he can't do shit for himself, like he ain't doing shit, like he ain't prepared for that shit. Shut the fuck up!
Bro, imagine
Y'all
getting
some
so
little ass
mad
kids.
and just raging at a
Self-expression
camera, my
is
nigga. I could
art.
never
It's
rage
not a
at a camera.
coincidence as to
Come
why
on
the
now,
most
bro.
troubled and disturbed
Nigga, if you want to
individuals
meet, since you want to act tough on the net, I will push up on you, bruh. Put that shit the fuck down before I make an example out your ass, little nigga. You better hope I don't catch your ass outside. Damn! Damn, nigga. All over IGDM, over a person you don't know, you ready to pull up, and this dude say you like kids. That's all you gotta say right there. You like kids. That's all you
are
gotta
the
say.
most successful
That's all you gotta say is
artists.
you like
Bob
kids,
from down
buddy.
the street, being an average man, has nothing successful
In
artist.
my
Bob
ass.
from
Nigga,
down the
what?
street, being an average man, has nothing special to represent through an artistic medium. Hence, Bob simply wouldn't be a good artist even if he tried. But Jades, but Glock 40 Spaz, that's a different story. Our random gay friend from Atlanta who skipped school to sell drugs, he just
Bro,
might
this
be
the
the
nigga I was talking about. This weird ass. Hey, bro, what kind of names are these names? Glock 7 Spaz, bro. Say you ever do get a big song, you will never be a big star just because of that name alone. That name is not marketable. Y'all need some more marketable names.
greatest of all time.
Like, you
It's
gotta
the
change your
ones that
name
dress
too,
like
bro.
the
Unless you want to stay
sexualities in
underground. And this
Blender,
is
the ones
weird.
that
What the fuck is
speak
going on
like they
here,
don't
dog?
know English.
Em sweat these Thursday. Em sweat these Thursday. My jacket, please. Yeah.
It's the ones who have been casted out by society for being different, for being weird, for not conforming to society's laws. Because this isn't a place where you make a choice, the art simply chooses you. Understanding this concept is very important. A lot of people who make good music are usually in the worst mental state of their lives.
Really?
I don't know what else to fucking do, but
Constantly fighting an uphill battle with themselves.
Dude, his
Because if
dreads,
they
bro.
weren't
You gotta
going
cut
through
those
these things, if
things.
they weren't fighting these
They don't even look
demons, they
real.
would have no content to express through their artistic medium. And that's not a Ken Carson reference. I'm being very
Ken
serious
Carson
right
don't like
now, so
kids,
stay
do we?
with
I
me.
heard Ken Carson is
A
pretty
lot of
tough.
these people are violent, angry, perverted, predatory. They often exhibit behavior that conflicts with social norms. And these issues lead to
Bro,
issues with
what the fuck? Bro, I read that shit in my head. I should have read it out loud. But this dude is sick, bro.
relationships, employment, and a lot of legal matters. Take what I just said and put it in Google, and that literally gives you the dictionary definition for antisocial personality disorder. And I'm not here to diagnose them, but I am here to say that these people are often not okay. And it's not a coincidence as to why these not
RP
okay
Juice WRLD.
people make such good music. By putting their struggle and their music out there, it's like putting themselves out there. And the original title for this video was, Why Do Predators Make Such Good Music?
Why do predators make good
I'll
music?
get into that in
R.
a bit
Kelly.
also. If many of these troubled individuals had the chance to give up the talents that came with their suffering in exchange for a normal life, a lot of them would. It's not because they don't enjoy the fruits of their creativity. Their creativity exists, because they are different. However, people who are different have different interests. Normal
Abuse
people
women, groom children.
might be interested.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was a dude right here, y'all can't see really, but I would have to go with the abused women. If I was, oh shit. See, now I'm fucking everything up. I'm not gonna move it.
In girls their own age. Different people might not see things the same way, and I know that sounds crazy.
Ranking
However,
underground
it
allegations.
is
How you ranking
the reality.
allegations, bro?
You don't
And this dude
get
is.
to
I
choose
don't like
what
looking
to
at this
be
dude,
part of
bro.
the struggle you benefit off of, and then there's not a struggle that actually deters your life as well. This is the curse of creativity. It can help you in one way, and the other half of it can drag you down right into a jail cell.
I will shut my light skin mouth if you go live and have every minor that said you touched them backtrack and say you didn't touch them.
Ooh.
Creativity is a blessing and a curse, and a lot of underground artists get stuck in this unhealthy loop where the only way for them to make a living is by taking advantage of their creativity. And once they're semi-successful, they can't go back to working a normal job. Once you have an internet image, if you're caught at McDonald's, my nigga, your life is fucking over. But on a more serious...
And that is true. That's just sad, man. You know how many dudes been caught in
The curse
Ubers?
placed upon those who are creative is the curse of being different. And while from the outside looking in, some might see it as a pure blessing that they're able to make money off being themselves, but that's not always the case. This generation tends to idealize those who are different, almost worshipping their uniqueness as some kind of gift from God. But what most people fail to realize is that you don't get to choose what really makes you different. The same energy and the same thing that makes you succeed in one facet of life is the same thing that can cause you to lack empathy for those around you and cause you to put your hands on women. Originality means to stand out. Their behavior is not normal, hence their music isn't going to be normal either. However, this also means that their actions outside of music isn't going to be normal either. It's a double-edged sword. As I said, it comes at a cost.
30-year-old grown man and deadbeat father has allegedly been sending nudes to middle schoolers. There's a photo of him.
And a lot of the time, the person who has these creative gifts feel like they don't belong. They put themselves out there. Not just their art, but themselves. Their interests, which are unique and different, as they are in the minority, both in creativity, success, and in personality. So why do we act surprised when they fall into the minority of people who end up being murderers, rapists, and child touchers? You don't get to pick and choose your uniqueness. As I said, it comes at a cost. People who aren't normal are not likely to have normal romantic interests. It's unfortunate, but it is the truth. And that's why I find it so pitiful when those who have normal lives try to force themselves into a space where their souls clearly and simply do not belong. The underground is a place that's supposed to be lawless. You don't have to meet a certain standard. You don't need heavy reliance on connections or a team to have certain qualifications to make a career for yourself or have, like, I don't know, 100K monthly listeners. You can do a lot for yourself by yourself, and that's what the appeal is supposed to be. And because of this,
I don't care what nobody say though. The music is still trash, all of it.
Even if you are a mentally deranged child toucher, once the music is good enough, you can get away with it and keep your career going.
The music is not good though.
The underground and rap culture is simply different. They will tear you down for being a snitch for something that happened when you were 15, but if you're a grown adult grooming 16-year-old girls, you can get away with it and still have a career. The priorities are backwards, and that's because snitching isn't the norm in this culture. They can't relate or make that acceptable.
Bro, street culture and snitching, street culture and underground culture is two different things, bro.
However, fucking bitches and getting money is
These kids who listen to dudes who wear nail polish and mascara and look like girls don't care about niggas snitching, bro. What are you talking about?
And even if the girl is underage, a lot of people simply don't
there probably
care
is some crossover
if you, quote unquote,
in there,
getting your dick wet.
For the most
Once
part,
you,
no,
quote unquote,
bro.
getting your dick wet, you a real ass nigga. And obviously, you can kind of see where The issue is with this train of thought. It's literally a mental illness and it's stupid and we need to do better. And as unfortunate as it sounds, a lot of this is a black culture problem. It's called having your priorities fucking upside down. Growing in an
No, it's
environment
not
like
even a
this
black culture problem, bro. There's people everywhere with the priorities messed up.
can be detrimental to a lot of people, physically and mentally. And you can see why a lot of rappers live an unhealthy lifestyle that either ends with them dying of an overdose or pretty much going insane at a very young age.
Like
It's
every
like very
community got
common.
their people.
I
they
think being an
degenerate
artist
class,
is
bro.
probably the worst career path possible because being an artist is a path of weaponized
But
self-destruction.
this nigga's British though, so
Stay
what do he
with me
know
here.
about anything?
Instead of reflecting and trying to fix your flaws and improve, your flaws are what's making you money. So why would you fix it? Especially when your fans and everyone that
Oh,
looks
he's
up to
something
you
African. I don't
simply
know what the
wants
fuck
more
he is.
music talking about your flaws.
He ain't FBA. I'm out. Fuck this shit.